Yeah, we are proud and free. Welcome, everybody to Three Conservative Gimps. Yeah, where we talk about everything from a conservative point of view, from dog catcher all the way up to world leaders and everything in between. We give you the information so you can make an informed decision at the ballot box. So let's get this show on the road. Let's welcome all the way from that blue state of New York. It is Charles Galuski. Welcome, Charles. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Art, but I gotta tell you, I ain't free. I'm pretty expensive, actually.
Okay, you are expensive. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, especially with all that money poured into that new well pump. Yeah.
yeah.
So, how is the weather in your neck of the woods?
Not bad actually.
Good,
Um,
good, good.
we're getting a lot of. During the summertime, I will make a comment about how the sun feels like it's beating down like a laser, and that's actually being quite beneficial because even though the temperatures are below freezing, the sun is still causing stuff to melt away. So the snow is very slowly going away.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Yes.
good. Let's welcome all the way to that warm state of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Hopefully, he got his audio working. Let's welcome Lloyd Mendenhall. And we cannot hear him. We don't know why. And he's pressing buttons like a chimpanzee at a typewriter. That's good. Trying to figure out what the heck is going on. We were talking like a couple minutes ago, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't hear him. And we
Maybe a
don't know
battery in
what.
that microphone that needs to be replaced, or
Yeah, I wonder if it is that microphone or the battery. Is it plugged in? Is it turned on? Is it did the dogs bump into it? Did the chihuahua chew on the cord? I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Well, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Grant, Mr. S. Welcome. And of
and
course, Charles Galuski.
Uncle Bill. He was there at 7:54. I'm assuming he's still there now.
Yeah, Uncle Bill. I show nobody watching. And we got the grumpy vlogger who's probably even more grumpier right now because his audio is not working. Hmm. Uh, about the only thing loud on his end is his shirt, which is really loud.
Well, it's
So
only black and white. That's not really allowed.
black and white. I mean, it's very contrasting. And no, we
Nope.
cannot. We
Nothing
still
yet,
can't.
Lloyd. Oh,
Uh,
wait a minute.
wait a
I
minute.
almost thought I heard something. No, no.
No. Premature. Yep. That was weird. We were just talking, and it's like all of a sudden I couldn't hear him. I'm like going, well, everything else is working. And so he logged out, came back in, and he's still not working. Maybe he needs to do a hard reset. I don't know. And that's what he might have to do. If
Without
he,
being able to log directly onto his computer remotely, there's nothing. I can't help him out at all.
right. Let's see. Mr. Grant says, I know what Lloyd's saying, but can't repeat it, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I sent Lloyd a really funny video of a chihuahua. He's got cell phone in his hand. He's watching something, and his owner took the phone away. He just had a total meltdown. Just, so I sent it to my my girlfriend because her son does that. One time when I was there, she took the phone away from him, and he, oh my lord,
Lost his
had
marbles.
a meltdown. I'm looking at him like, you're 7 years old, 8 years old. What the hell is going on? You know? I mean, how old are you? Are you 5? Are you 3?
Hey,
And we
Captain
got
Joe.
Joe, Mr. Birthday Boy, yesterday. Yesterday was his birthday. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Joe. Hope you had a good birthday and ate a lot of, well, he's probably eating low calorie cake or pie. Yeah, he's lost quite a bit of weight. Good for him.
Yes.
So the big thing going around the country is ice out last Friday, where schools have closed because teacher shortage. Teachers calling in sick here in Colorado. Aurora School District and Adams County District schools closed because of teachers calling in sick because of ice out. And I guess Saturday was another protest where they weren't going to go do any shopping.
And did
Ooh,
anybody notice?
uh, no. Wow, that's going to have any effect on the economy here. You know, these people, they think they have uh, they're they think they're grassroots, but they're not. They're just a handful of people that are ginned up by some tweet that they got from their fearless leader, and said, "Come on, we need to have a strike. Yeah, let's overthrow Trump." I'm like, the guy won an election fair and square, no matter how hard they try to cheat, which, by the way, is starting to look like they did cheat down in Georgia back in 2020.
Well, that whole thing was very suspicious.
I know. I mean, it's weird where Trump's way ahead in the results, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, in the dark of night, he loses by what, 80,000 votes or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't counted the votes from Fulton County. Come on. I thought the rules were once the polls close, that's it. You just get all the votes that you have right then and now. Anything after that doesn't count. That was my impression. What about you, Charles?
Well, yeah. Now, I know there was a big thing where different states sort of changed the rules at the last minute.
Right,
So I'm not intimately aware of what the voting regulations are in Georgia.
right.
So they may have changed something, but I think that's the way it should be. Is that once the polls close,
Hmm.
that's it. I
That's
mean,
it.
how often did it take overnight to count votes? It
Yeah, I mean,
really didn't. Usually only took a couple of hours to count votes.
yeah, and isn't it done electronically? How hard is that to get all that tabulated? And are they counting the electronic votes, compare them to the paper receipts? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
either.
interesting. Ah,
Well, I know there is
so,
what they call a, well, we would call, I think, an adjudication process, but they call it healing. Not just in Georgia, but anywhere where these Dominion machines were used. Where if
uh,
there was a question, you can look at the scan of the ballot
right,
and try to determine what the voter wanted to do if there was some egregious error or something like that.
right.
And the problem with that is that anybody with access to the computer can do that and actually change votes.
Right. And I think that was one of the things about Venezuela, is because that's where their last election was done with Dominion machines. And so it'd be interesting to find out if they had a similar thing going on. And I've heard a lot of stories where people voted for Trump, and when they tapped on the screen, it changed it to Biden.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah. And so that, I mean, what if it turns out that that whole thing was true and that the election was stolen? I mean, now what?
Well, I don't know what we can do about it at this point in time.
Right.
And
Although, other than change it to where that can't happen again. Trump is talking about he wants to do away with mail-in ballots, but here's the deal. Each state has the right to set its own rules.
right.
And it can't, that maybe for federal elections, but I can't see how because state and federal elections are on the same day across the country in November.
Right. I think, I mean, I understand about states' rights and everything, but I think that sometimes certain things have to be federalized, and they have to be consistent across the board from state to state. Everybody does things the same way, not
Right.
out of as an act of oppression, but as an act of
Mhm.
efficiency and transparency. Everybody ought to know what's going on. Everybody should play
Well,
by the same playbook.
let's see how transparent this guy is.
No,
No?
he's not.
Oh, wow. That is weird. And I guess he did a hard boot and came back, and it's still not working. Well, it could be that George, that Okie internet, where it's only doing video instead of audio. And he's checked all his settings and everything. Checked the settings for Tascam and Microsoft. Oh, maybe there was an update that happened like right at the wrong time, and I just because sometimes an update will really screw stuff up. Because I know Bill has had that problem with his computer. We got Cool Cat in the chat. Welcome. Good to
Yes.
see you. So we may be down to 2 conservative gimps tonight, just like last week. And we had a good show last week, and it was one of our highest viewed shows in a long time. We got
Cool.
over 130 views on that. And we usually average about 30 to 40 views, which is great. And do you have your YouTube tab open? Yeah, because sometimes that could screw stuff up. I don't have my YouTube on. Oh, yeah, no? Okay. You don't have any tabs open, just this tab, and weird. So I was
Yeah,
telling
that's so
Lloyd
bizarre.
before the show that I am doing a video where what if the staff of Starfleet Academy was fired and replaced by Taylor Sheridan? And so this one's it's finished up right now. I need to check it right after the show, see how it looks, and it's going to have a whole total different feel for it. It'll be in the style of Taylor Sheridan, which I think that'd be cool. If they could do that, that'd probably save the show. Uh,
Well,
Lloyd, Grant says Lloyd needs to change the sign behind him. Oh, the grumpy vlogger? Or
yeah, it's a grumpy glitch.
the grumpy glitch. On air. Yeah. Okay. So he's just going to nod and nod in agreement. Yeah. When Charles is talking. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. And so we had that going on around the country where teachers walked out of school, schools were closed. Here in Grand Junction, Colorado, we had some student athletes that were suspended because they walked out of school. And I'm like, all right, cool. School district that has, repercussions for your actions. Wow. Imagine that. Students, have to, suffer for their actions. Imagine that, and it's just crazy. We're still having stuff going on with ICE in Minnesota. Now in LA, I guess they're having some issues with ICE. And it's like, I mean, they're not going after the average, everyday, person who's not here legally. They're going after criminals. These are people that did some bad stuff. What is that called? Anyway, like
I know it's just it's really disheartening to see the media keep on with the same rhetoric.
right,
Network after network after network.
right.
And it's just like, why are you all trying to paint this picture?
Right. Well, because Orange Man bad. You have to do everything opposite of what Trump's trying to do. And yeah. So, and if you happen to be in the vicinity or in the room or in the building where this is all going down, well, tough cookies, That's like they're saying, oh, they apprehended grandma. Well, maybe grandma shouldn't be hanging around their felonious grandkids. Maybe they'd still be in the United States,
Maybe. And of course, now what they're doing is they're taking little kids out of school to protest.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just the most egregious thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened in Portland, Oregon, I believe. Yeah. Unless there's other states at this. It's like, I mean, these are kids not even old enough to vote, and they're
They
being
don't even understand what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like here in Denver, the Denver school district went to court trying to say that this was harming their schools when it has nothing to do with schools. They're not going. ICE is not going into schools and dragging kids out of school that are here illegally, and unless they happen to be criminals, selling drugs, assault, uh, rape, or all, but I haven't heard of one uh, one story about where ICE went into a school. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I haven't. I just think it's cool. It's just not cool, but just kooky. And now they've got this mini shutdown. I don't know if it's still going, but the thing is, they want to require voter ID. And
Which is fine.
old Chucky Schumer's calling it Jim Crow 2.0.
I know. Oh my God. I just the words just the verbal garbage that comes out of their mouths is just
Yes,
stunning to me.
right. Yeah, I mean, you need an ID to get prescription drugs, to buy an airplane ticket. I mean, there's so many things you need ID to get. And they're trying to say that blacks and minorities are incapable of getting an ID.
I know that's stupid.
Give us an example. They can't.
No, they
So
tried to talk about that stuff in states like Texas and Arkansas and places like that, and they just said, "Well, we'll give everybody a free ID."
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll even pick them up and take them there. Yeah, it's like all that a voter ID does. It gives integrity to the voting system.
Right.
And it also prevents illegals from voting. And now they're finding out, with all these deportations, can have an effect on the census in 2030. There are states that are going to lose congressional seats, like Illinois, what
California.
others? California, New York. Who else? Massachusetts.
Can we wait till 2030 though?
Yeah. But I mean, California could lose like 4 electoral votes. And Grumpy's got something going. Let's see if this will work.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
All right, how's this?
Oh, that's better.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect. Now we can see your ceiling. You look good. Trim your nose hairs.
Yeah, well, that's the best I can do. My whole microphone systems, I mean, every one of my mics are not working. It just yeah, so I'm going to have to trace it down and figure out what it is, because it's
get ready for Saturday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing about the voter ID. Well, CNN said that 78% of blacks are in support of it. 90% of the of whites, yeah. So and Jim Crow was actually started by the Democrats.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't. It was started by the Democrats. It wasn't started by the Republicans.
Right.
And he used that during the last time Trump was in office. He tried to use that 2.0 crap. It didn't work then. So
mm-hmm. That's true.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's I've been watching some of that today, and Everybody, yeah. And the other thing is that makes it so bad is these black. I actually saw somebody go, like the man on the street type thing, went out there and asked these people, like in New York City, these blacks, do you know where the drivers? Do you know where you can get an ID? Or it says, do you have an ID? It said, yeah. Well, if you didn't have one, do you know where you can get one? Yeah, it's just up there on 117th and Parkview or some whatever the street is.
Right.
And
Mm,
they're treating these as Charles Barkley calls them, the blacks and the poor whites, like they're all ignorant just because they're poor or because or because they're
right.
black. Like they're too dumb to get an ID card.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats were the ones that required them to have all this voting ID stuff and all these different things back under the real Jim Crow era.
Right.
They had
Right.
to know how to read and they had to, all sorts of things hoops they had to
Yeah.
jump through to vote.
And didn't you have to own property too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Back. Yeah.
Oh,
And
I even heard one of them giving the excuse that, well, if a woman gets married and has to change her name, well, then she won't be able to vote because her name won't match her. Like, what part of ignorance is that? I mean, come on.
yeah.
Because she changed her last name that now she can't vote because she won't have her new driver's license or whatever. Well, most women, when they get married, go down and get a new driver's license, get the name
Yeah.
changed,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yep.
And it just shows the height of uh,
Stupidity.
stupidity, yeah, on their part because
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants it. It's like I heard you guys saying, you got to have, I got to have, I had to show a real ID to get on a friggin' plane. I
Yep.
had to go down and get another driver's license to
Mm-hmm.
match real ID just so I could get on a plane.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
would I be required to do that now if I were black? Yeah, I would be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I drive my car, I got to have a driver's license.
Right.
If I drive my boat, still got to have a driver's license and it has to be registered.
Yep. I mean, even to get a fishing license or a hunting license, you have to have an
A
ID,
valid ID. Yeah,
valid
yeah,
ID. Open a bank account.
yeah.
I mean,
Cash a check.
cash check. I mean, they make it sound like it's just so burdensome. Oh
Yeah.
my
If you,
God!
yeah, if you go in with your welfare card, or
Right.
let's social security. Let's say you don't have a bank account, but you have one of those debit cards.
Right.
Well, if you go in there to get cash out of the bank using that,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to require you to show an ID.
Right. Right.
You know,
Mm,
matter of fact, you got to have an ID when you go to Social Security, even get your Social Security. You
right.
know,
Mhm.
so it's all about the voting numbers. That's because
Yep.
they've lost so many people out of New York that they've actually are losing a whole voting, a whole congressional district out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they're going to be hurting in the next election and in 2028 because it's just gotten worse since then. So
Yep. Yep. That's
uh,
that's right. And when the next census comes out in 2030, I mean, their states could lose up to 4 congressional seats.
yeah,
And places like Utah are going to gain seats. Utah
yep,
and Texas and a few
yeah,
other
yeah,
places.
yeah,
Florida, probably. Yeah.
yeah. It's just it's ridiculous.
Hmm.
But yeah, so
Hmm.
have you guys talked about the Grammys yet? And
No, we haven't. And please fill us in on that. What happened?
well, well, apparently everybody there says "fuck ICE." That was their acceptance speech, pretty much,
Uh huh.
except for Jelly Roll, who said "thank Jesus." He
Hmm.
thanked Jesus for it. But
Uh-huh.
and then you have I saw who was it put that up? Cool Cat, Billie
Billie Eilish.
Eilish. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she
With
said this is nobody's illegal if you're on stolen land. And it turns out her property is on stolen. Is on.
Yeah, and I've heard now. I don't know if it's true or not, but well, there's a couple memes out about it. But there was supposedly one of the spokesmen for the tribe actually gave her, signed the property over to her in a symbolic way for her support of them.
Right. Mhm.
But it's like, uh, but then I also heard that Elizabeth Warren wants to move in there because her being Indian, she wants that land back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's Mhm. So I mean, it's like what Charles and I said before. So if you want to, you're saying fuck guys. I mean, so are you pro criminal? Are
Yeah,
you
yeah. Pro pedophile. Yeah, yeah,
pro pedophilia, rape, murder, assault? Are you for that? I mean,
yeah.
that's all what all this is about. They're not going to have after the ordinary person that's here illegally. If
Yeah,
they
yeah.
happen to be in the same building or the same vicinity, well, then you're screwed.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing is these people that were getting up there making these speeches, they, it's like we always talk between ourselves and say, yeah, we're preaching at the choir, you know,
Mm,
and
yeah.
that's what they were doing because everybody in that room, or 90% of the people in there, believed the same diatribe bullshit that they were
Right.
trying to,
Hmm.
So they weren't influencing anybody because most everybody's quit watching the Grammys anyway because it's such a shit
That's
fest,
true. That's true. I
and
mean, all that those shows are now are just uh, congratulatory,
yeah,
pat yourself on the back shows.
yeah,
They stopped meaning
self-aggrandizing.
self-aggrandize. Yes, like who was that? Jerry Seinfeld had a really good piece about that. I thought it was just spot on. Uh, but I mean, the viewership keeps going down year, and the only
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are watching that are people that are really into it, or people that are far, far left, and they're preaching to the choir there too.
Well, yeah, it's I quit watching. I quit watching the Oscars years ago because of
Oh
that. But
yeah,
uh, because even way back when they were using for it was anti-war back in the time, during the
yeah.
times. And,
Hmm.
uh, but when I figured out that the reason somebody gets Best Actor or Actor of the Year, or Best Male Actor of the Year,
Hmm.
uh, is because they've taken out a big, you know, 2-page ad in Variety, and they petitioned and they've called all their friends to get everybody
Yeah.
to vote for them. They're just trying to buy so, and it has nothing to do with how good they really are, but how much advertisement they got, how much
Right.
awareness of themselves they could make. And same with
Mhm.
pictures. They did the same thing. And it's the same thing with the Grammys,
Grammys. Yep.
so they didn't think, I don't know who they're expecting. And why would I listen to any of them anyways? I don't. Most of them I don't like. Her, I never heard of her until, uh,
Yeah.
I never even heard of her until this came out. And
Oh,
um,
I've heard of her a few years ago, and I sort of listened to her music, and I go, it's just not my cup of tea. But it's like, yeah, and all those award shows, they come out about the same time. You got your Tonys, you got your Golden Globes, and your this and that, and Oscars.
yeah,
Oscars Oscars is like the big, crescendo. It's like
Yeah.
best picture, best actor, best actress, best supporting actor, and all blah blah blah. Best set design, best score. I mean, they've got an award for everything. They probably got best gaffer or best.
Oh, they have another. They have like 2 other days of awards that they give out before the televised awards. The only ones that are televised are the ones that are the, you know, top.
The top tier.
Yeah, top tier awards. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's but I like the CMA awards. I mean, several people quit. Several of the countries started being put back.
Yeah, even the CMAs.
Yeah, they turned into, and because part of the problem is they've let people that are not in the country music genre that
Yeah.
okay, they recorded a song with Dolly Parton or Reba McEntire or somebody like that,
Mhm.
and now they're part of the show, you know.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh, who's that black gal that came up with a country song?
oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to think who that
Was that
was.
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah,
Beyonce?
I
Yeah.
think Beyonce. Yeah,
Yeah.
Beyonce. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was part of the show. That's why a lot of people are, nothing against her or music, but uh they uh oh
Yeah.
one of them days. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Mhm.
It's been a long day for me. I had a
Oh,
bad night, a long day. So,
oh, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's one of those
Yeah,
things
let's
where
make one song that sounds country and I'll be in it. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, yeah, because Sylvester Stallone, he sang a country song. I never saw him invited to perform at
Yeah.
the CMAs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
and he hated that movie. He said that was his version of uh the one John Wayne did where he played Genghis Khan. Well,
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Hmm. Yeah. Mhm.
I'm trying not to cover the mic on my phone. I'm not sure where the hell it's at. I guess it's here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got the big football game on Sunday, and we got Bad Bunny as
Oh
the
yeah.
time show, and a lot of people were all upset. And
Well,
TPUSA is going to have an alternate
Family
halftime show
friendly.
on YouTube.
yeah. Well, yeah, because TPA USA is going to have one. I haven't seen where it's at, so uh, and
It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be in quite a lot of different places, but I think primarily would be anywhere where where TPUSA um, has an internet platform like YouTube, Rumble.
right,
Uh,
yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
I
So,
guess the NFL's reasoning why they brought him on was, well, they're trying to expand into the Latin American countries because we may have a team down in Mexico and maybe one or two in Europe, and this guy is well known worldwide. So maybe that was their thinking
again,
why they did it.
another person I've never heard of.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't know who Bad Bunny. What was that? Energizer Bunny had a bad day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all I could think of was that logo, Bad Robot Productions,
Yeah,
a cross between Bad Robot Productions and Bluebell Bunny Ice Cream,
yeah, Bluebell. Yeah, with
Yeah.
extra listeria in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Ronnie, you're right. Beyonce is a country singer like Alec Baldwin is a weapons expert.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. Hmm.
Well put, yeah. So yeah, I mean it's I'm not gonna be watching. Uh,
Mm,
God, I apologize. I probably should have called it a night and not.
yeah,
So I still don't know what the hell happened to my mic system. I mean, it was
yeah,
just,
that is weird because we
and
were
I
like,
did it. I restarted twice. I actually shut it completely down, let it go
uh-huh.
completely dead, and then started all over. And uh,
Hmm,
every time I select a mic, it pings just a second. It doesn't matter which mic I select because I got the one that's on my laptop. It's not recognizing it there. Uh,
hmm,
so
huh, that is weird.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because I used it today. I was on it for a couple hours today, and it worked just fine. And then it was working when you and I first started, and then all of a sudden it went dead just before the show started. So,
That's right. So, what is going on with the Epstein files? I'm hearing a lot about it, and some
oh
of it
yeah,
is nothing to see, nothing to go on, keep moving. And then I'm hearing, do you guys follow this gal Susan Kokinda? I
No.
stumbled upon her on TikTok, and she's also on YouTube. And she talks about the British model, which is trying to control the United States. And I've heard of some of these people. This goes all the way back to the 1840s for England trying to hold on to world power by holding the United States down. And a lot of points she makes, I'm like, well, yeah, that sounds plausible. And how Trump is upending all that. And that's what's got Europe and a lot of these countries around the world all up in arms because Trump is trying to assert America's dominance back in the world again.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Not sure what that has to do with the Epstein files, but you know,
Well, because it turns out Jeffrey had, while he was still in jail, somehow was able to communicate with the Prime Minister of England.
wow.
And
Okay.
and yeah, so Epstein was working with other people to try to prevent Trump from becoming president
Yeah,
again. And yeah, it just this whole thing about Epstein files where the Democrats were all thinking, "Oh, we got Donald Trump," and there's nothing there,
yeah.
really.
I I saw there's this little cartoon meme that comes up all the time. Well, it's a little animated thing, and
Right,
it's called Little Trump.
right.
In which the cartoon of Donald is explaining to Kamala, and one of the things he brought up is she says, "Well, you're mentioned in the Epstein post." Yeah, he sent out an email regarding me that I had nothing to do with, and it says they wanted all the files, and that includes any mention of somebody, even though I'm not there. But yet you got Bill Clinton, who's being called, and now is being held in contempt. He's
Hmm.
supposed to be, but apparently him and Hillary want to do it on different days because,
Right. Uh-huh.
but then, I mean, with Prince Andrew, I guess they got pictures of him down on all fours doing weird things and shit.
Oop,
So, yeah,
oop, oop.
there's a lot of it. This is coming back to bite him in the ass. There's a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I think part of the reason it was delayed was because to give these, I think probably let these people know, hey, we're letting, you better, if
Yeah.
you got something to hide, you better let us know now because we're going to show it anyways. But just giving you a heads up. So,
Right.
uh, but yeah, uh, they tried to make it out like, uh, Elon Musk is on there. Well, his main name was mentioned, and that's in the file that somebody sent an email to him, and he didn't respond or whatever. And but Bill Gates, now he's he's pretty, yeah, he's up to his
Yeah.
ass and shit on this one. He's
Yeah, he's been down there several times, and yeah. Oh, Brian wants to know if there's a separate network where they could watch it. Oh,
I don't
without.
know.
That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe you could watch it while the game. You could. For me, I'm just going to turn off the TV at halftime.
Yeah.
It's going to be an hour-long program, and give me a chance to go eat dinner. And when
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
turning it on, it's partially into the third quarter, and watch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They wanted the Epstein files. They got them, and now they're wishing they didn't. So,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
So anything else going on in the political realm? Uh,
well, we had, Iran got one of their drones shot down.
yeah, that's right.
And a
Mm-hmm.
couple of their boats got scared off when
Right.
they started harassing one of our tankers
Oil
that was going,
tanks.
yeah,
Yep. Mhm.
going through the
Strait of Hormuz.
Strait of Hormuz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I just, they're still trying to negotiate. I know that he's spoken to Xi Jinping because they've been using Iran as one of their proxies.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And uh they they've told Trump, you need to keep negotiating, but he's going to do what he's going to do. The only
Right.
thing I can see is if he's not careful, this will be his Bay of Pigs.
Yeah, it could
If he
be.
does, yeah, and if he, because I've already heard from a few of the people that were big Trump supporters and that are MAGA, that are a little disappointed in some of the things that he's promised, and they're still supporting him as the president, but
Right.
they're not happy with him where he's not quite lived up to, but that's way he does things. He uh hopes for the best, expect the worst, and be happy with anything in between it. And he's pretty well delivered everything he said. Maybe
Yep.
not as much as this guy was about the Epstein files, but then they hadn't all been released at that point. Have been released since he made that video. But and the guy was also a libertarian too. So, but
Yeah. Yeah.
and libertarians, they don't want, and they don't want us involved in anything. But
Yeah. There's
if Trump,
isolation.
they are isolationists. But if Trump doesn't support, this is the closest we've had to being able to get rid of the ayatollahs and the mullahs in the Iranian government, and it's
Right.
and right now it's really being run by the military.
Right.
With
Mm-hmm.
the Ayatollah as the final word. But
Mm-hmm.
I really think he's going to have to make a strike. Of
Right.
some,
Yeah.
he's going to have to do something to show support to these, because there's tens of thousands of them that's been killed now or imprisoned.
Right.
That at one point they were all they were naming the streets after Donald Trump, but nothing's come of that. And he said, I got your back, but he hasn't done anything yet. And I
Yeah.
understand he doesn't want us to go to war, but
Mm-hmm.
uh we need to do something. And
Right.
I think we need to make a strike. And
Yeah.
I suspect that it's going to come probably when we're all sitting around. It'll probably happen, either maybe this weekend, but
Right.
to
Right during
where,
the Super Bowl.
yeah, Yeah,
Breaking
exactly.
news, right in the middle of Bad Bunny.
Yeah, well, they've been asking them, and there's a couple people that had. That would be a great time to break the
Yeah,
news
that would
during
be great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So,
And also, the Cuban
did-
government is teetering right now. They're
yeah,
on the verge of collapse too.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah. They are.
yep.
Yeah,
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 it might be that Trump is only appearing to waffle and not know what he's doing.
yeah. Well, that's what
Because
he usually does.
you know damn well that if he makes a move against Iran, Congress is going to say we're going to war, and you can't do that without our permission. And so
Mhm.
if he does, if he, I'm hoping that this is all just a feint, and then we're going to do something small and fast and decisive and
Yeah,
get it
and I
over with. And so we can go, so we can do like originally he said, well, we're not at war. We had one operation. We made a strike. We're not at war with Venezuela. We had one operation. That was it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And you're right. I'm happy with Trump. I mean, there are a few things I think he could have done different, but then I'm armchair quarterbacking, so what do I know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I don't have.
I stay out of all that. Okay, he's done this. Just,
Mhm.
keep that in my
Yeah,
head. He's done this. Let's see what the fallout is.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's I mean, now he's working on this thing of getting it set up to where find out where we've got minerals, and what lands we can open up to be using. Well, that's going to hurt the Chinese because if we
Yep.
are no longer buying, you know, their chips and we can make our own now because we've
Yep.
got our own damn minerals. Well,
Mhm.
just you know,
Yep.
that's just going to be that one more thing that we are independent of, which is I think what he's trying to do. You know, he's
Yes.
about he wants to make America great again, but he also wants to America first. You know, and those two things are not opposed to each other. Although there are people in one camp or the other that like, well, why can't we make America great again while making America first?
Mhm.
You
Yep.
know.
Yeah. I made a comment on some. I forget what I was commenting on, but yeah, I mean these are parallel goals
Yeah,
and
Right.
are actually intertwined. They're not really. You don't get one or the other,
right.
And if you try to go for one or the other, everything's going to fall apart.
Yeah, and this is where uh this is usually our shortcoming as a conservative group, and libertarians are part of the Americans First more than they are of the Make America Great Again, but
Right.
because they're isolationists, that's their you know they want smaller government, they want the government to leave them the hell alone is what they want.
Mhm. Yep.
And and that's where you see sort of the splitting is where you've got the independent and libertarians that are for America's first, but they don't necessarily agree with the original MAGA group, And but the
Mhm.
thing what they don't see is the fact that like you said, they're parallel. They
Mhm.
intertwine. They're all part of the same plan. If we
Right.
make America great again, well, then it will be America's first.
Mhm.
And that's what Donald Trump's trying to do is fulfill his campaign promises as best he can. He's still having to fight Congress, on
Mhm.
certain things,
Right.
And I forgot to ask: is the government open back up again, or is it still shut down?
I have no
That's good.
idea. I heard they were working on like a temporary thing for like a week or so, or
Well,
2 weeks.
they voted on. I think what they've done is they passed everything, but one of the things has to be they have to go back and approve it again next week. And that has to do with the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh
Uh,
yes, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, they're having a big to do because that has
Brian
to.
says it's open. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Uh,
thought it was because I thought I'd heard that it had passed and
mhm.
that both both houses had passed. So,
That's good. That's
both houses.
so. Who is this person whose mother was kidnapped? I know her last name is Guthrie.
It's Savannah Guthrie.
Savannah Guthrie.
Yeah, she is the co-host of the Today Show.
Oh, the Today Show. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because the name sounded familiar, and I guess they wanted to be paid in Bitcoin.
That's there's a lot more to it, I think, but that's what there's a lot of it that are rumors. Okay,
right. Mm-hmm.
And they're not releasing. Supposedly there was a ransom note.
Right.
Whether it had anything to do with Bitcoin, nobody knows. That could be just a rumor. They're not saying, and they're pretty sure. Well, they're almost certain now that she did it's her mother's 81 years old, and I guess has a pacemaker and other health problems. And there are. I think I heard today in today's meet that the blood droplets they found out in the front were from her. So, so I to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to find her alive.
Yeah.
And there was some supposedly her sister's ex-husband might have been involved, supposedly. And apparently they took the sister's car for impound. So, but that's what you're hearing. But I haven't heard I haven't actually heard the police say that yet. So, but yeah, it took me a day or two to figure out who she was. But yeah, she is the co-host.
Okay. Yeah, the name sounded familiar. I didn't know. Is it The View? Is it?
Brian says the Bitcoin guy was a copycat.
Okay.
So I think they got him. So
now Jill Biden's ex-husband was arrested for murdering his second wife.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, well, it happens in the best of families. It doesn't matter how much money you've had,
That's true. Here in Colorado, we had a Republican candidate for governor decide he's going to run as an unaffiliated. And he's the guy that filled in for Ken Buck when he resigned. He held that seat until Lauren Boebert took over. And that would be Greg Lopez, former mayor of Parker, Colorado. So the Republicans are all pissed off at him because they're all saying, well, he's just going to split the Republican vote. And it's like, well, you got to remember the Republican Party is now the smallest fraction of the electorate right now. So if they split half of 1/4, I mean, that's not going to mean anything.
Well, that and if he's running unaffiliated, that's one of the largest groups in your state. He could pick up a lot of the unaffiliated that way and actually win it that way. He'd stand a better chance of winning it that way than he probably would running as a Republican.
Right. And a Republican hasn't won a statewide election in over 10 years.
Yeah.
So who knows if we could pick up the governorship, at least if Democrats are in control.
I think you said it right the first time, the governorship. At least in your state,
Yeah.
Or the governor's ace shit, I should say.
Yeah, we got Polis. He's on his way out, and Senator Bennett is one of the Democrats running, along with Attorney General Phil Weiser. He's the guy that's been suing Donald Trump the last year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
well, Liberals don't have anything better to do, you know.
No, they don't. Well, we've gone over an hour. I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming. It is always great having you. Hopefully, we've gave you a lot of information, and you all have a great day. Don't forget my show tomorrow night over at Artco Drones and Entertainment. And we got Bill's show on Saturday and Lloyd's show on Monday. So here's the outro.
Don't forget, tune in to Artco Drones and Entertainment live stream for more exciting content every Friday night at 5 p.m. Mountain Time.
Alrighty, I want to thank everybody. You all have a great evening. Take care and good night.
Don't forget, tune in to Artco Drones and Entertainment live stream for more exciting content every Friday night at 5 p.m. Mountain Time.